This tutorial is about how to use the calendar in Schoology. So if you're on the home screen, over here on the left-hand side, you'll see the calendar button. So you can access the calendar directly from there by clicking on the calendar button. On this calendar, there's nothing added yet. This mostly has to do with the fact that there's no activity in the classes for this sample teacher. But I'll take you through some of the options on the calendar, and hopefully you'll see how activities would be added as the year goes on, as the class goes on. So the first thing I want to show you is you can scroll through different months with the arrows to either side here. You can also look at the calendar in different views, as a month view, a week view, or a single day view. You'll see that this all calendars is in blue with a little drop down arrow beside it, so I'm going to click on that. There are 4 possible calendars for my sample teacher to view. She can view her personal calendar. She can view the connected learning calendar, which is something that she is a member of, a course that she's a member of. She can view her sample course calendar, which is a course that she's the teacher for. And she could also view Springfield Public Schools school calendar. I'm going to choose all 4 of these to view. I don't know if that'll show up in this tutorial because we might not get an event for all of these, but how this works is that they come in different colors on the calendar when you view all 4 of them. So I'm seeing right now, for example, I have 2 pink colors on my calendar. I don't want both courses to be pink, so I'm going to change my connected learning course to a darker purple color. So that's ready to go. So I'm going to be able to see updates from all of my different calendars on this one view, color-coded by the appropriate color that I've set up. So now it's showing 4 of 4 possible calendars. You can see that at the top. Okay, what you can add to a calendar, basically you have 2 options. Today is July 7th, so I'm going to add an event for today. My event is already highlighted, so that's what I'm doing. I'm creating an event for July 7th. If I wanted to change the date at this point, I could just click on the calendar and change that. I'm going to add an end time as well, so my end date is going to be July 11th, so this is a week-long event, and I'm not going to worry about the actual times that this is ending and starting, but you could put in the time of day if you wanted to. The title is going to be a sample event, and the description is a sample event for my Schoology calendar. Now you'll see up at the top there are a bunch of word processing options that you have, so you can bold, underline, list things, do different formatting with the text, lots of different choices. You could put in here a picture if you wanted to, a link to a website. There's some symbol and equation type characters if you want to use those. So there are a lot of options up here which you could put into your description. Down here, if you wanted to attach a file to the event, you could do that, or attach a web link, or take something from one of your resources, or attach an audio or video or recording. If you want people to RSVP to your event, you have some options down there for that. And for this, we want to know who are we going to send it to. I'm going to send it to my sample course, and of course on myself. I'm also going to include this event. So I'm creating that event, and it is colored it blue because that is my personal calendar, and it's also colored it pink because that is my course calendar. So those 2 different color combinations or color coding you can see showing up now. So there I created an event that lasted for the entire week, and it shows up on the calendar. Another thing you can do directly from the calendar is you can create an assignment. So I'm going to do that next. Again, I just clicked on the plus button. Back up and show that again. On any day that you choose, you're going to have that plus button come up. Up in the upper right-hand corner, click on that. Now I'm going to choose an assignment and click on the assignment. Has some similarities. We want to put a name for the assignment, so I'm going to call this sample assignment. You have the same text editing features. This is going to be my description. Sample assignment for Schoology calendar. Again, I can, up here, I can embed an image right in there. I can embed a link right in there. Or down here, I can attach a file, attach a link, get a resource, do audio or video recording. I could set the points for the assignment right here. I'm going to set it at 10 points. These options down here allow you to take a learning objective you've already set up and link it to that assignment. You can lock the assignment so people can see it, but they can't have access to it. You can make the assignment invisible by clicking on this green circle. You can allow submissions to start coming in, so in other words, students to start handing in their papers or their assignments, or you can leave that off for now if you don't want students to hand anything in yet. If you want to track the grades as the assignment gets graded, you can choose that option. And if you want to allow students to put comments on their assignments or on this assignment as they submit the work they've done, you can do that as well. Again, I want to post this to my course, which is my 2014-2015. So I'm going to select that. Got a few more options down here yet. Deadline, I'm going to make this due on the next day, the 15th. So I clicked on the calendar to choose the next day. My categories I don't have set up for this teacher, but let's say you had a homework category or a practice category. You could choose that here. Do you want to grade it on a letter grade scale or a numeric scale? And then again, which grading period are you putting this into? So this is for your grade book, which would be 2014-2015. So all of that has been submitted. I'm going to hit create. And now that assignment shows up on my Schoology calendar. Okay, now that these have been set up, I want to show you a couple things you can do with them. So my sample event, if I click on my sample event, it gives me the information that I originally put into that box for information for that event. I can edit it from here. So there's that box again, so I can make any changes and save them. I could also view it as a separate event in the events section of your course. So in that course, sample course, there's an events area and I can see it right there. The other thing I can do is I can move that event. If I decided the date needed to change to somewhere else, and now if I click on that, you can see it automatically changed the date right here in my event time description. Same thing with my sample assignment. I can click on the sample assignment, get all the information I need. I can edit it. I can view it in the class, and I can also move it. So if I move it to the 17th instead, now I open it up. It's now on Thursday, July 17th, that it's due, instead of being due on the earlier date that I originally set it at. All right, one more thing with calendars that I'd like to show you. I don't know how many people will use this, but there is the ability to import and to export from this calendar. So if you have another calendar that you have a bunch of information on and you want to get it onto this Schoology calendar, you would select the import function. If you want to take this information off the Schoology calendar, I'm creating an event. There we go. If you want to take the information off this Schoology calendar and put it on a different calendar somewhere else, you can also choose the export option. So you can move information between calendars with the Schoology calendar as well. So reminder where we got to this, from the home screen. go to Calendar. You can set up as many of your calendars as you'd like from this drop-down. You add an event or an assignment simply by clicking the plus button on the upper right-hand corner.